Hey everybody, I'm Winston.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome back to the Mr. Nice Guy Review Podcast. Well, this is our 7th episode. We recorded one last week, but unfortunately, due to some unforeseen circumstances, I lost it. It's basically what happened. It got deleted, and so we're going to be combining the last 2 weeks worth of news, and if you listen, we're going to give you some interesting news that you can answer for our trivia question and have a chance to win a humongous, awesome prize pack.
That's right.
Consisting of 5 movies. That's right, 5 movies.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5. Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and get it started with, I guess what the biggest news item of the last 2 weeks is. Chris, what is it?
Ben Affleck's going to be Batman.
Ben Affleck's going to be Batman?
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about it. There's a lot of skepticism around it. What do you think?
I was skeptical about it last week, and then I had time to reflect and think about it, and I'm a lot less skeptical. And my main reasons I'm a lot less skeptical is I like Ben Affleck, but I usually like him in things that he's either directed or written. So Argo, The Town, Good Will Hunting, I love those. Or something Kevin Smith has directed, because I think Kevin Smith does a good job of getting Ben Affleck to come out. Then I remembered one of my other favorite Ben Affleck movies that he had nothing really to do with, other than, starring in it, was not the theatrical release, because it's terrible, but the director's cut of Daredevil, which is another superhero film, and it's like 30 minutes longer than the theatrical cut, and those 30 minutes make it 100 times better than the poorly reviewed one. And it's excellent. It's actually one of my favorite superhero movies, but it has a really long runtime, 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes, something close to that. And I was like, you know what? If he can be as serious as he was in the darker moments of that for the length of an entire movie, I'm a little bit more excited about it than I was. Right. I had completely forgotten about Daredevil because the theatrical release, it sucked. It was not a good superhero movie.
I didn't really enjoy it. I thought it visually, I liked it.
Yeah, visually it's an impressive film, but it was weird. When I watched it, it was like the theatrical one. It's just like, are they going to be lighthearted or are they going to be serious? They didn't really pick it, but apparently the 30 minutes they took out of the director's cut was like all serious, and it was like, this is definitely the type of movie they want to make. So I definitely am a little bit more excited, but at the same time, I mean, Michael Keaton supports him.
Yeah.
And
I remember people being skeptical about him being Batman.
And I think those are actually, if you go back and watch them, they haven't aged great, but I mean, they're still good, fun films to watch, and it is darker than the Adam West Batman. Right. So, I don't know, I'm excited. But someone who wouldn't want to be asked that question is Vin Diesel. And Vin was interviewed recently about his new film coming out this weekend, Riddick.
Right.
And out of the blue, this interviewer who and this is a stupid question to ask, just asked him, was like, well, Vin, we want to know, what do you think about who's going to be Batman? And she said, like, all the haters are going to hate, but what do you think? And Vin Diesel looked at her, and you can find this video online, and just says, I don't give a, I don't give an F. I don't give a flying fudge who plays Batman. And I've honestly realized that is the best stance to take, is I don't care who plays Batman. I'm either going to see it or I'm not. What other news you got?
Big this week, what everyone's talking about is Miss Miley Cyrus and her god-awful performance at
She's a twerker.
Yeah. She's a twerker, apparently. And needs some home raisins.
Yeah. So I just think it's interesting that it's like, if she hadn't been on Disney, it wouldn't have been a big deal.
All right.
Because I could totally see, like any other person that wasn't on Disney doing what she did. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I've seen Madonna wear less in music videos and stuff. So I think she gets a bad rap for being like, oh my God, it's just like, it's all because everyone watched her as Hannah Montana, and people, you know what I mean? They probably feel like the younger kids and like the older adults probably feel like they helped raise her. Like, they're just like, this is my daughter twerking on Robin Thicke's old groin. This is not okay.
I think she went about it the wrong way. If her point to get across was, I'm a grown woman now.
I'm a grown woman, so I'm gonna twerk on this man
in my panties. And Robin Thicke did not look like he wanted to be there.
Yeah, and also that song is, Blurred Lines is definitely about date rape. So it's not a good one. It's basically, Miley Cyrus sang a song about how she wanted to be date raped by Robin Thicke at the VMAs. So you're welcome, America. You asked for it, and you got it. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. But yeah, I mean, it was a big deal. Apparently, I was like, yeah, it's kind of gross, but you know, the people at the VMAs, it's not like she came out there and was just, they knew she was going to do that. Like, that was planned.
Like, when she rehearsed it at one point, didn't she?
Yeah, like, as we rehearsed, like,
thought they rehearsed
this is
still.
Okay, this is the part of the song where I'm going to rip all my clothes off, and you're going to be dressed like Beetlejuice, and I'm going to bend over, and I'm going to say your name 3 times, and then I'm going to twerk all over you. That's what's going to happen.
She got what she wanted, which is people talking about her.
Exactly. I mean, it's awesome PR.
Yeah.
I mean, plus she sings catchy music. What can I say? It's like, all right, like I got a party with Molly, man. I gotta help it. I can't help it. Oh my gosh! But both of them, you know, write catchy songs, and that's all that honestly really matters for them. It's just they stir up controversy so that more people will talk about them and, you know, go out and buy their albums and listen to it, and you know, people can't forget you if they're constantly talking about you.
Another thing people are talking about, the 50 Shades of Grey fans in particular, is
which I hope no one who listens to our show is one of those.
Well, Charlie Hunnam is now playing Christian Grey. He got casted.
I like Charlie Hunnam.
I do like him, so that's why I'm excited about the news, because good for him. I mean, they could have gone. Of course,
that's a pretty big role.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge for his career.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how well he performs in the film, but women, like readers of the novel 50 Shades of Grey, the series, excuse me, they're protesting the fact. I mean, they wanted the guy. What's the guy from White Collar? What's that guy's name? I can't think of the guy's name. They wanted him and another girl, and Dakota Johnson, which is
Don Johnson's daughter.
She got I can't think of the female role in the book. I think
I don't know. I literally know nothing about it other than it's dirty sex porn books.
All I care about is the fact that Charlie Hunnam is playing Christian Grey, whether you ladies like it or not.
Yeah, get over it.
And he's the man. I really like him in Sons of Anarchy. He was
something that came out of Don Johnson's balls is going to be paying the other one, so be excited about that.
Charlie Hunnam was also in Undeclared.
Sons of Anarchy,
Sons
Pacific
of Anarchy,
Rim.
Pacific Rim. Yeah.
He's going to be in. I mean, I think. Wasn't he also? He's also been casting Guillermo del Toro's another film he's doing called Crimson Peak.
Right.
Who else is going to be in that? I know Jessica Chastain was someone who's in it, and
Mia Wasikowski.
Yeah, I think it's
Kowski
or Koski. Yeah.
Forgive me for the mispronunciation, but also he cast Tom Hiddleston to replace Benedict Cumberbatch in the film. And I'm not sure really what the film is about. It does say young author Edith Cushing, who is played by, Koska, discovers that her charming new husband isn't who he appears to be, so that could be...
I think it'll be interesting. Guillermo del Toro hasn't steered me wrong yet.
Right. So cast along with Charlie Hunnam, I think it's awesome.
I mean, like, I was disappointed when I heard that Benedict Cumberbatch dropped out because I love him in Sherlock, and you said he was really good.
Really good in
Star Trek. The new Star Trek film. And but Tom Hiddleston, man, who doesn't love him in the Avenger film and Thor?
He was great.
I mean, like, he's absolutely.
And that's Loki for any of you who don't know.
Yeah, Loki.
Who he played in the Avengers in the film Thor.
Yeah. So, and speaking of Thor, the director of Thor: The Dark World, Alan Taylor, has been confirmed, or at least I'm pretty sure he's been confirmed that he is going to direct the newest Terminator movie. So I'll have a little bit better, opinion of that once Thor, Dark World comes out. If that comes out and that knocks me off my feet, I'm going to be really excited that they're finally going to have another, probably be the first really good Terminator, although Terminator Salvation was pretty good. Be like the first good Terminator since Terminator 2.
Right.
Which is my favorite.
Right.
Which was, which is everybody's favorite Terminator movie.
Not to knock the first one off, because I really liked the first Terminator. Terminator 2 was on a different level. That was crazy. But it's like, and it's weird. It's like everything else is on a different level from those two. Like, I would put 2 all the way at the top. It's like one of the few James Cameron movies that I just absolutely love. And then I put 1, still a good movie. And then Salvation's okay. 3 is good.
Horrible. Arnold Schwarzenegger was
old. I did not like it.
But this one should be interesting. What other news you got?
More casting news. Matt Damon joins the Time Warp Party in Interstellar, Christopher Nolan's latest, coming out next year.
Excellent.
Matt Damon is filming in Iceland. Not sure as what. I think he's playing maybe a scientist. So maybe involved with
That's a stretch.
Come on.
Come on.
I got my grade 10
equals MC squared. Look at my muscles. Matt Damon.
And more casting news. Aaron Paul from the brilliant show Breaking Bad joins Exodus with Christian Bale and Joel Edgerton. Basically a remake of the Ten Commandments, I would have said.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver, John Turturro, Ben Kingsley are also rumored.
Sounds like a good cast.
Right, and it's directed by Ridley Scott. So
I'll go see it.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm already aboard.
I'll check it out.
Tell me about Dave Chappelle.
Well, this would have been in last week's, but whatever. Dave Chappelle got booed off the stage at Hartford, Connecticut, and to Chappelle's credit, they were booing him really hard and they were being just jerks to him. And he's an artist. I feel like he has every right. He's walked off the stage. He stayed on the stage and just sat there for the amount of time that he was contractually obligated to stay on stage. Then he walked off. That's fine. That's one thing where it's like, oh, he screwed some of the fans. Well, the fans are being crappy. I can see where you would fall on either side of the fence on that one. I side more with the artist on that. I'm like more probably someone that would want it to be down the middle where Chappelle shouldn't have to perform that. And the people who weren't doing that
I'm very
should have been refunded, or the hecklers should be taken out. Because I know you said you saw something similar to that on your cruise you went on. But the new thing is Chappelle, and this is probably going to get taken out of context, but he, in an interview in Chicago, said that he doesn't want anything bad to happen to the United States. But if North Korea does drop a nuclear bomb, he hopes it's on Hartford, Connecticut. So I'm sure that'll...
That's all.
Yeah, I mean,
it's funny. Out of context.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's like all people are going to hear is like, Dave Chappelle wants what to happen to America? That's horrible. That is horrible. It's like, are you kidding me? Dave Chappelle's a terrorist. We knew it. That's why he ran away to Africa and took that $50 million and returned it. He's crazy. I like Chappelle.
But that was kind of a bad move, but I can see.
But he's still a comic, and he's still like.
I'm very anti-heckling.
I hate it.
He is being funny here. I've heard very worse.
Yeah, it's heard a lot worse. I did, but I mean, like, I think even in the interview he said that's gonna get taken out of context. As soon as he said it, he was like, "That's gonna get taken out." I hope it doesn't I hope backlash from this doesn't make him want to quit touring and stuff. Because he came out of retirement. He doesn't have to keep doing this. I just think that we should be careful. Because personally, I don't want to go another 10 years without seeing Dave Chappelle. Right. I don't think I could live with that. Because I think he's absolutely hilarious. A couple more casting news that I've got is Ian McKellen is going to be in a film playing a older Sherlock Holmes, like a geriatric Sherlock Holmes, pretty much, who is kind of like fuming over this case that he couldn't solve 50 years ago. So he gets the help of a young sleuth to help him kind of piece his memory back together and try to solve it.
That sounds cool.
Sounds interesting to me. Ian McKellen's awesome.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure how old Sir Ian McKellen is.
Yeah, exactly. I think it'll be really cool.
That'll be a great role for him.
So we can just add that as like freaking like Gandalf's gay, Magneto's gay, Sherlock Holmes is gay. Deal with it. All right? Deal with it.
There'll be another reboot in like 15 years.
Yeah, exactly. Community, one of my favorite shows, adds Walton Goggins, who plays Boyd Crowder on Justified, to its list of guest stars. And also, he has a show in the works at Fox called Gringo about a white cop that basically goes across the border. That's basically, the short version of it. But, I'm really excited about both of those things because, Walton Goggins is awesome. And like, so I don't really know. I just put that news in there because I think he's awesome. So I don't really know what else I'm supposed to say about that. What else you got?
Ice Cube confirms he's back as the tough as nails captain of 21 Jump Street in the sequel 22 Jump Street, and I believe it starts filming next week.
Nice.
So and I'm excited for it. That 21 Jump Street I thought was hilarious.
Yeah,
it was one of the, One of the only Channing Tatum. Yeah. Maybe one of the only Channing Tatum performances I enjoyed.
I've started to like Channing Tatum, more and more the more I see him, and that one's hilarious. 21 Jump Street, and I just hope he keeps trying to be funny, because between that and his cameo in This Is the End, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's
I thought that was so funny.
And if you didn't catch that, for some reason they're putting it in theaters again.
No way.
Yeah. So during, I think, the month of September,
I bet it's got to do with the James Franco roast.
Maybe.
Something like, I could see something like that, like, oh, it's James Franco.
The cast is in the James Franco roast.
Yeah, it's like, all the month of September, James Franco every day. James Franktoberfest. It'll be wonderful. I can't wait.
Speaking of the roast, did you watch the James Franco roast?
Yeah, hilarious. Bill Hader killed it. Everybody killed it. Jeff Ross was awesome, as usual. But it was really interesting. It was really funny. The best one, because they actually got this person's friends to be on it instead of just having 10, standard people. Right. So they had his friends and then a couple standard people like Jeff Ross and Natasha Leggero, and it was good. But Bill Hader did the best. He was in character as the president of Hollywood. So he was just basically telling everybody that they're welcome for him making them all famous, and he just murdered everybody. He even, in character, made fun of Bill Hader. So it was pretty awesome. He roasted himself. He roasted everybody. Andy Samberg was great. I definitely say, if you don't mind a bunch of swear words, and I mean a lot of swear words, then definitely check it out. It was hilarious.
I DVR'd it. I haven't gotten around to finishing it, but so far I'm dying.
You're gonna love it.
I
know you love Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But
of course, who doesn't?
Yeah, it's University of California, Irvine. So UC Irvine and the AMC are teaming up, and they're UC Irvine's having a free online college course about The Walking Dead.
Like the comic itself?
No, the TV show.
The TV show.
Yeah, so it's going to be it's what you can learn, ways to survive and stuff is what I got from that show. And how to deal with people in a post-apocalyptic situation. So,
wow,
I thought that was pretty crazy. What were you getting ready to say?
I was getting ready to say that Tommy Lee Jones is going to remake John Wayne's The Cowboys.
That'll be awesome.
And a lot of people love the Cowboys. I mean, a lot of people love John Wayne in particular. But I really like the Cowboys. It's about John Wayne plays cattle baron who has to hire new cattle drivers after his old cattle drivers leave him for the gold mines. They end up being boys.
They end up being children.
Yeah,
they end up being young boys, and it's the only movie I've ever seen where John Wayne gets killed. Yeah. So it's a pretty big deal, to you kill arguably the greatest star in the history of the Western genre. And he gets murdered halfway through the movie
because there's cattle thieves.
Yeah,
spying on them and the whole time. And I'm interested in seeing that because Tommy Lee Jones, I'm not really sure has really dabbled in westerns besides No Country for Old Men. That sort of felt like a western.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I think he's suited for a western. He just has the look where he could play an old cowboy. So I think it's going to be exciting. I'm really excited about it.
And that's assuming that when we say he remakes it, that he also stars in it. Yeah, I'd love for him to play John Wayne's part.
Yeah, you get murdered in the first hour, 15 minutes of the movie.
Do any of you guys like Transformers?
Sometimes.
Well, guess what?
What?
They got a new title.
Nice. What's the title?
It's called Age of Extinction.
Boom. Sounds like there's going to be Dinobots. That's all I care about. Dinobots. Oh my gosh, Decepticons. Oh, good lord. And Mark Wahlberg. What more can you ask for but other than Mark Wahlberg, giant robots, and what's that? Giant dinosaur robots. So
I hope that's what they're implying.
It better be what they're implying. Because I'm not going back to see two racist little black stereotype cars like was in the second movie. I can't handle that. That shit was racist. I think it's gonna be good. I mean, I say that it's not going to be good because it's a Transformers movie, but it's going to be entertaining. I hope something as patriotic as Dinosaur Robots. It has to be on the 4th of July. If that doesn't come out on the 4th of July, Michael Bay's doing something wrong. Other than directing, because he does that wrong a lot.
Fans of the That 70s Show would like to hear Jackie and Kelso are getting married in real life.
Oh.
Or so it's rumored. Someone saw her with a gold.
And the people who don't know who those are, that is Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. So. Yeah.
Okay. Forgot about that.
Some people might not know that. Some people might not have been born in the 70s.
Yeah.
Because the 70s show was definitely on in the 70s.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis might be getting married.
It could be the most elaborate punked ever. That's what I'm hoping we find out about 2.5 Men. Is the last 2 years have just been an elaborate punked on Charlie Sheen. You've been punked, Charlie Sheen. I took your job and your life and all your money. Get back to making anger management. That show sucks.
In other news, the box office.
The 2013 summer box office is the biggest of all time.
That's great.
Attendance is up 7%, and the box office itself, which was $4.1 billion, is up 10% from last year.
Well, that's good for movies.
And it's interesting to hear that because of all the stuff like, The Lone Ranger was a bomb.
Right.
Turbo, which was, it got good reviews, didn't do well. R.I.P.D. was a bomb. I mean, I felt like there was a lot of movies that just completely failed and were just total, like turd nukes and were just horrible. But I mean, I think it's great news. It's always good news that the movie industry is making more money because to me that means they're going to have more money to invest in other pictures and maybe some, better original ideas. Before we move on to the last 5 news stories that I've got on my side, what movie are you most excited about for the month of September?
On September 20th, Prisoners comes out.
That is going to be awesome.
Right. Starring Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Terrence Howard, Paul Dano, Viola Davis, and Maria Bello. I'm sure there's a lot of other people in it too, but especially Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal. That looks like
Hugh Jackman looks awesome. I'm not a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan, but Hugh Jackman looks awesome.
Both of their roles look really intriguing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. That film's going to do great. I'm also looking forward to As I Lay Dying, which is a novel adaptation that has James Franco in it, and I've read that novel in college and I loved it. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. I like the first one, so that'll be interesting to see. And I know a lot of people are really excited about Ron Howard's new movie Rush that has Chris Hemsworth in it. So there's a lot of good stuff coming out in September. So definitely go check out some movies. Let us know what you watched this month, this coming month, and we'll definitely love to talk about it. A couple quick other things is Kurt Russell's going to be in Fast and Furious 7.
Okay.
I don't know a movie that wasn't better when Kurt Russell was in it, so I'm actually going to go see this one, mainly because, hey, it's Kurt Russell, and he's amazing. He's going to be
he's
the
a
only
great mix of like comedy and kick ass.
Yeah, and he's going to be the only person with any acting talent in the entire movie, so I'm really excited. Bradley Cooper was named the voice for Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy, and for people that aren't comic book savvy, which is fine, it's basically a raccoon in space that shoots guns. So the role that Bradley Cooper was born to play. WGN is breaking into original programming, so no more Sex and the City reruns, no more 30 Rock reruns, and no more just Chicago Cubs games. We're gonna get some awesome shows about the Manhattan Project and the nuclear bomb, and there's gonna be a show about the Salem witch trials, which I think could be really interesting. And the last news story that I have is Hayao Miyazaki, who most people will know from either creating films such as My Neighbor Totoro and Ponyo and Kiki's Delivery Service and Howl's Rotating Castle. He's known for his really whimsical Japanese animated films. He is retiring from filmmaking. Oh yeah, and also Jack Nicholson said he was retiring from filmmaking. And then today he said that he's not retiring from filmmaking. But, that's about all that I've got. I know that you wanted to mention 2 things that you picked up quickly this week. What did you pick up on DVD this week, or Blu-ray?
I picked up The Gatsby on Blu-ray and a Redbox Now You See Me.
Nice.
And Now You See Me was great. I think they're planning on making a sequel. If you're looking for something fresh, original, Visually stunning. It's really good. Especially, I mean, having to do with magic, it has to look great.
Yeah.
And it didn't disappoint. It was really good. A lot of good actors in it.
And you already sang your praises for Great Gatsby.
Yeah, Gatsby's awesome. It's it's really fun to watch, honestly. And Leonardo DiCaprio is awesome in it. So check that out. New in theaters this weekend, Riddick.
Yeah.
I'll either see that or finally get around to seeing The Butler.
Yeah.
And new on Blu-ray and DVD next Tuesday, Star Trek Into Darkness.
Nice. I might have to go ahead and pick that one up because I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to see that. Well, I haven't seen anything new really in theaters lately, but I'm just trying to work my way through some movies and TV shows as quickly as I can. But I've been going through some family difficulties lately with my dad's health or whatever, but awesome news on that front, so everything cleared up with that. But what that means is we will be bringing you reviews on our blog as regularly as we can, lists, anything we can get to you. I mean, Chris and I both have access to the site, so whenever we think about something, we're just going to post it. So make sure you check us out there. Be sure to answer the trivia questions this coming week, and you will not be disappointed with your prize pack. We will personally deliver it to you, shake your hand, take a picture with you, give you a high five. There probably no hugs, but it's going to be a wonderful time for everybody. Before we sign off, I'd just like to say that I'm Winston.
And I'm Chris.
And go to MrNiceGuyReview.blogspot.com. Those are all letters. But check us out. Thanks for listening to us, and we'll hope to hear from you next week.